Question. Good. Right up here. Brian on the front right.
Well, when you looked back, what is kind of the key to making sure you play with tempo and offense, for an entire game, even when teams make those adjustments?
I don't necessarily first say they made adjustment. They kept doing what they were doing the entire game. So I went back and looked at it. They were doing the same thing they were doing the first half of the game. I think a big part for us is executing on third down. We were, I think, 1 for 6 in the second half. We're in the first half, we were like 6 of 8 on third down. That's the key. You talking about tempo. If you don't get first downs, then it's hard to go fast. So we got to do a better job of executing on third down, and I think better things are happening for us.
I think counting stack, 5 true freshmen started. Did you have a sense going into even training camp that there was going to be opportunities for this class to really make an impact like that? Is that any more or less than you might have foresaw?
We were in the training camp knowing that we had some pretty good freshmen coming in, and that we were going to allow those guys to go out and compete and see if they can help our football team. And I think the guys that you see playing for us, we feel like they've put themselves in a position to do that and made the plays that needed to be made in order for the coaching staff to have confidence that they can go in the game and make those plays, and also understand that they're going to make mistakes. But we always felt like they'll make more plays than they do mistakes. And there's some other good freshmen on this football team that can play football. That's pretty good, But it's good to see those guys that's playing going out and making the plays that they're making.
On the right, Kristen.
After taking the 24 hours to celebrate the win and take a look at the film, and obviously thinking back to being on the sidelines, what are you most encouraged about taking away from that game?
Our guys didn't quit when things got tough. I was really excited how they stuck together. Really impressed on the sideline. There was no finger pointing or anything. I thought our coaches did a great job of communicating with our players on the sideline. Was really impressed with that. And then a guy stepping up and making a play when a play needed to be made. That's what you call team football, and something that we stress, and it was good to see our guys step up and do those things. But just seeing those guys play together and having fun is really encouraging.
Back middle, Jerry.
Coach, were there any lessons, or what lessons do you want your team to take out of that Nebraska game going forward to Wyoming this week?
We got to finish. That's so important. Just finish a ball game. We got to go out and try to play a complete ball game. And again, we haven't done that yet. That's something we stress every week. It's not about the opponent that we're playing. It's about us seeing if we can go out and play a complete ball game. How good can we be? That's our challenge every single week. Not necessarily who we're going against. It's about us. And so the same thing going in this week. How good can we be? And we haven't shown that yet, and we have another opportunity this Saturday to go out and see if we can do that.
Front left back.
Last week you said you wanted to feed Royce the ball as many times as you could, but do you have like a target number of, we don't want to get over this number if we can try, or do you worry about durability at all?
No, Roy's a pretty big guy and pretty tough guy, and we're going to feed Royce unless Royce say he don't want to be fed, and go, but we don't have a target number of how many we're going to give him and anything. We just go out and run our offense, and no matter which back is back there, we feel like we can execute our offense.
On the right, Tyson.
A lot's been made out of the interceptions the secondary was able to produce, but you guys were able to generate a pretty decent pass rush in critical situations, especially Jonah coming around the outside. Is that something you've seen an improvement in over recent weeks? And obviously that will be important this week against Wyoming's quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's been a big part of it, is being able to hit the quarterback. I think whenever we get a time to hit quarterbacks, it kind of get them off a little bit, but we were able to do that. Jonah strained through his block on that last one and got in there and hit the quarterback, and that was good to see. good to see that our entire defense just playing together and doing their jobs. But when you can get pressure on the quarterback, that's key. We got to be able to do that no matter which week we're playing or whoever we're playing. I think when you can put pressure on the quarterback, you got a better chance. If you just sit back and let them throw the ball, then these kids play 7-on-7 year round. If you don't put any pressure, that's what it becomes. And a lot of them are really good in 7-on-7. So got to find a way to put pressure. It was good to see that our defense was able to do that quite a bit. And not only that, but our guys were able to capitalize in the secondary by picking it off and not knocking it down, but actually taking it away. So that was great to see.
On the right, Ryan.
Willie, Wyoming's quarterback got a lot of hype from the NFL mock draft crowd this offseason, but their offense got off to a kind of a tough start. What's kind of your scouting report on Josh Allen and the Wyoming offense?
He's a big time player. He has a live arm. He can make all the throws. You've heard that, and you get a chance to see it, and hopefully, again, we get to put pressure on him and not allow him to make some of those throws that everybody see. But he's a talent, and we're gonna have to do a good job of pressing him and do a good job of staying with the receiver. He does a great job when he gets out of the pocket of finding open guys. So our DB's got to do a great job of what we call plastering and staying with the receivers if he do get outside of the box. So, but we got to come ready to play because he's a big-time player.
On the left, Rob.
If I could just follow up real quick on the freshman, Jordan, Thomas, some guys who were here from the spring you kind of knew about. Is there anybody that's been a pleasant surprise over the last 6 weeks, whether it was Johnny or Pickett or some of those other guys who were stepped up?
No, if you know those kids and how confident they are, and if you've seen them practice, you wouldn't be surprised at what they're doing in the game. They just young men that came here very confident in their ability and what they can do, and they've done a good job of learning the defense so it can allow them to go out and play like they're capable of playing. So and it's been like that since day one. And those guys come in and compete, and they want to play, and they understand if they want to play, then they got to execute and gain the confidence in the coaches, and some of them have, and they're taking advantage of those opportunities that they're getting in those games. So that's why we recruited them. Come here to compete and try to win a job, and it's good to see those guys competing.
Right here on the right, Andrew.
Looked like Lamar Winston got kind of the most amount of run he's got early in the game and probably his career. What about him in the last week? How'd you guys put him in there in such a big role early on?
Well, Lamar really came on in training camp the last couple of weeks of training camp. He's getting like some of the other guys. Seemed like he woke up one morning and had a good drink of milk, and just the light just turned on. He started to play the game like he's supposed to, especially defensively, physical, a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and he started making plays, and he just consistently been playing that way, and I think that helps with other guys when it comes to competing, and really we believe that's the kind of player he can be for us. So excited about how he's come along with his energy, and I think part of it is just being confident in the defense and understanding it a lot better. So now he's not thinking as much; he's just relying on instinct.
Hey, Coach, it's your first away game in Oregon Polo. I'm just curious, what's your favorite part of an away game or just the away game weekend, really?
It's just the game. You get another opportunity to play. It really doesn't matter where you play, but that opportunity, being blessed to go out and compete, and that's the attitude we want our team to have as well. It doesn't matter where we go. It's the opportunity that we have, and looking forward to doing that. And we try to do the same things we do here. It's just a different place, and you probably get some boos, but that's fine. But if you play well enough, if they're a really good sport fan, then they appreciate your team and like your team. So that's what we're planning on doing.
On the right, Jerry.
Hey, Coach, you ran the three-back formation a couple of times. Pretty successful. Was there thoughts of going back to that later when you're kind of struggling with the running game?
We did go back to it, and then we struggled. We didn't execute it, like we did in the first half. So we went back to it in the fourth quarter there and didn't execute it as well as we did in the first half. Bottom line, we just didn't execute in the second half like we did in the first half, particularly on third downs. You move the chains, you get more opportunities, and the tempo can go like we all seen in the first half. And again, we didn't do that in the second half, and that's why we didn't execute. We wasn't sharp, especially on third down, 1 of 6, and again we only had about I think 6 or 7 drives in the second half. So got to convert on third down.
On the right, Kristen. Right back.
This is also sorry. This is also about the away games. But do you do anything different going into an away game schedule for the week? And then also, what do you hope to see? What do you hope lessons you can see out of this team in their first away game?
One, being able to go on the road and win, play well and win. I think that's the ultimate objective is to win the ball game and do whatever it takes to win. But don't expect for our guys just again because we're playing somewhere else. Doesn't mean we can't go out and play our best ball game, and that's our goal is to go out and try to play our best ball game on the road because that's the next place we have to play. And I think as you get caught up as the game goes, you really don't get caught up in anything else other than the opponent. So want our guys to play well. We be better than what we were the week before, and so looking for our guys to have a great week of practice and have great meeting times and seeing if we can go out and put out a better performance this week.
Front left, Matt.
Herbert's yard per attempt are almost double from what they were last year. Is that a considered effort going into the season to get him throwing the ball downfield more, or just a byproduct?
No, it's just kind of what we do. We're not trying to necessarily compare or do anything differently of what last year did. We're just doing what we know and run, and Herbert's running the offense that we run, and that's kind of what we do. We throw the ball down the field, and we run the football. And he's done a great job of working our offense. He's been very efficient, and I think he's prepared very well the last 2 weeks, and a big reason of why he's so efficient. And his receivers done a great job of helping him execute those plays. They're taking advantage. They're catching the balls that's coming to him, and he's doing a great job of getting it to him. Not only getting it to him, he's giving those guys a chance to run with the ball after the catch, and that's what's great about it. So he's playing big time football right now, completing 77% of his passes. That's pretty cool, and we hope he can continue to do that.
Back middle, Jared.
Coach, the atmosphere when that game started was electric. It was loud. It was entertaining. But the second half, a lot of fans go out and tailgate. And then when that second half started, there was not the loud energy. Does that affect your team? Are you aware of the difference in the start of the first half and the second half?
I don't know if that affected us. I couldn't really tell that they were gone or not. I don't know if our players were paying attention to that. But what I can tell you is Nebraska had a lot of fans in that stadium. And sometimes you didn't know whether or not you were home or not because it was loud when they did something well, and all those people from Nebraska were pretty loud too. So, but they weren't loud enough when we got loud, and that was kind of cool watching our fans compete with them and let them know, hey, this is awesome now. You're not in Lincoln, but it was an unbelievable environment, and it was pretty cool. They got rowdy, our guys got rowdy, but I do think our fans helped us pull it through, especially there on third down. When they had to make plays, I think our fans made a big impact in helping our defense come through in some of those situations.
Looks like that's it, Coach. Whoa, Ryan right under the buzzer.
Just curious how your family back in Florida and a lot of your Florida players, how they're dealing with what's going on back there.
I know my family back home is fine. Everything is cool. Got a lot of wind, some rain, and some trees down, but not as much damage as they're anticipating. And just talking with our players and their families, everybody's good. So what a blessing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you all.